Previously on this adventure, I met up with some of my good friends in Utah and we set out to explore the Rimrocker Trail that traverses 160 miles from Utah to Colorado. We put a lot of miles down on the dirt, enjoyed some amazing scenery along the way, found an epic campsite, and enjoyed some good food and camaraderie at camp. Now, we still have a lot of miles left to go and are running a little short on time before we reach the end. Hopefully, we can put in enough miles in this leg to stay on schedule. Join us for this second leg of this awesome adventure. What a beautiful morning. The weather is perfect. The sunrise this morning was off the charts. And now the smell of breakfast this morning is just perfect. And of course, got some coffee. The campsite is amazing, epic, absolutely awesome. I'm so glad we stopped here to check this out because this was not the original site, but we will check out the one we were gonna stay at and see if we made the right decision. I can't imagine that that one's any nicer than this one. Now we have well over 100 miles that we've got to put in on dirt today. So today's going to be a long drive. So filming's going to be a little shorter than yesterday. Yesterday was tough because there were some sections where it was pretty rocky and we could only do about 5 miles an hour. So it was a little slow going. It wasn't until towards the end of the day where we were finally able to pick up the pace. I'm hoping today that most of the trail is pretty easy. And then we'll head into Montrose, Colorado. We got to resupply with some water, grab a couple things, and we gotta have maybe Marco's hand checked out. So he was working in the garage the weekend before we came out here. He cut his hand pretty good. He probably should have gone and got sutures, but I've already gave him a hard time about that. But now his hand is swollen, looks like a little infection. We've cleaned it out, put some antibiotic ointment on there. We're gonna keep a close eye on it. But having an infection when you're out on a multi-day trip like this is not a good thing. So we may have to stop by the clinic and get him some antibiotics. We'll see how it goes. We'll keep an eye on his hand. So we've got a lot going on today. Today's going to be a long day on the trail, but I know where we're camping the next spot because it's really pretty. So I'm excited to go check that out. And then Marco's going to be cooking dinner tonight. Maybe I might have to cook if he can't cook with that hand. Maybe I'll have to take over cooking duty. What is it about mountain fresh air and the aroma of a hot breakfast being cooked up at camp that is so soothing to the soul? Breakfast and coffee always just seem to taste better at camp. At least they do for me. While we do have a lot of miles to put in today, we were not in a rush this morning because while it's important to stay on schedule, and I'm a stickler about that, I think it's more important to enjoy the moments first. And this campsite, all we wanted to do was just savor it just a little bit longer before packing up. Now, we are just over 100 miles from the end of the Rimrocker, and the research I did suggested that we should be able to make up some pretty good time today. Hopefully we can reach camp before nightfall with a few stops along the way. Let's go see what this next section of trail has in store for us. All right, so we mentioned that there was another campsite that we had marked on this route called the Epic Campsite, and this is it. And while it's pretty nice and the view over there isn't bad, there is no way we would have fit all 5 vehicles in here. So I think we made the right call. But if you have only 2 or 3 vehicles, it is pretty nice. It is pretty epic. If you've been following my adventures for a while, you'll know I'm not especially fond of narrow shelf roads, and while this one was narrow and there was some steep cliffs on the side, it wasn't that bad, and thankfully the views all around took my mind off it. Plus there was this biscuit rock we just couldn't stop staring at on the way down. It looks like aliens built this thing. It's very, very cool. Now, as we approached the bottom, the Dolores River came into view, and there is a small bridge we had to cross over, and then we had to get on the pavement for about half a mile through the canyon, which is very scenic still, before finally turning off onto the dirt again and climbing in elevation. The terrain changes of this trail is something I am really enjoying. Unfortunately, we have not been making very good time today. We still have about 85 miles to go. I'm really hoping the pace is able to pick up here soon. Lunch is also closing in, so we've got to look for a place to stop for a quick bite to eat so we can keep on moving, but we've got a long ways to go. But I am really enjoying this trail so far. So it's just about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and we left about 9:30 this morning, a little later than we wanted to leave, but we've been making pretty good time the last couple hours, and I've only been doing a little bit of filming. We can't film the entire 100 miles, so we're gonna film when we can, but as the leader of the team, I've gotta make sure that we're making the time and distance, so we're trying to balance both, filming and showing you guys, and making sure we get to the end of the trail today. So we've stopped, we're gonna have lunch. That ceviche that Marco made yesterday, I cannot wait to dig into that. We're gonna just get in here quick, and then we're gonna head out. We got still a long ways to go, but man, the scenery, the terrain, it's been awesome. I'm loving this trail. Marco, how's the ceviche looking, buddy?
It's gonna be awesome.
Oh, dude, look at that.
It's been marinating for 24 hours.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. How's the hand, buddy?
Better.
Okay, well, we're gonna take a good look at that when we get to Montrose.
Absolutely, man.
It smells so good.
Yeah, it does.
You want to talk about a refreshing lunch to have when that sun is beating down on you out in the desert? Boy, ceviche is the way to go. And I have to say, without doubt, this was the best ceviche I've ever had. Marco, once again, knocked it out of the park. We put a big dent in that Ziploc bag and we ate a whole lot of it. Unfortunately, this had to be a quick stop. We needed to get back on the trail. After lunch, we hit it hard, and we finally found ourselves on some open dirt road, and we were able to pick up the speed a little bit, and the miles began to tick away. It seems like we might make it to camp now before nightfall. Plus, we were just now reaching the 9-mile section of the Rimrocker that is paved and takes you through some backcountry farm roads. And sure, it would be great if the entire trail was in the dirt, but at least it's able to connect all this amazing trail together. Now, there is a small town here and there is a gas station if you need it, but we were carrying extra fuel and we think we're going to be okay. Once back on the dirt, the pace was still steady, but there were some thunderclouds in the distance that now we were keeping our eye on. All right, everyone, so one thing we were paying attention to on this trip is how many miles we were going to be doing off-road, and we all made sure we brought extra fuel. And because Marco is pulling the trailer, his Jeep's working a little harder, so he's the first one to hit the E-Light. Yep. So we're going to throw a little fuel in it just to be safe. We've still got about 25 miles to go, but I don't know. I don't know if anybody else will need fuel. We'll see. Well, we just completed the Rimrocker Trail, and what an awesome trail. That's 160 miles we did in 2 days, and as far as long distance overland trails go, I have to say this might be my new favorite. I mean, I got a special place in my heart for the Mojave Trail, but this was amazing. The scenery changes the entire way, the terrain changes, the epic camp spots that are potentially there. I think you guys should definitely go check out this trail. It is awesome. Now, we are gonna head into town, fuel up in Montrose, and then we're gonna continue on another trail because we're not done. We're gonna keep on going and hitting as many dirt roads, as many dirt trails as we can, working our way into Colorado. So we've got a couple more days on the dirt. This should be a whole lot of fun. We gotta go get some fuel. While we were stopped, I did take another close look at Marco's hand, and it was looking better. So we'll continue to keep it clean, covered, and a close eye on it for any signs of worsening infection. We then headed into the town of Montrose, topped off our fuel tanks, grabbed a little bit of extra water, and then it was just a short drive to our next section of dirt. Okay, so we just left Montrose after fueling up, and we took a look at Marco's hand and bandaged it up, cleaned it up. It looks much better. Is it feeling better, buddy?
Absolutely, man. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Well, we're going to keep a close eye on that the rest of the trip for sure to make sure that infection does not spread. Now, we are at the trailhead of the Dave Wood Trail, which is about 40 miles long, and it's a really good connecting trail because it's only about 6 miles off of the Rimrocker, so we get to keep going on dirt. Now, the first few miles of this is just pretty much a graded dirt road, and I've already scouted scouted this trail and found a good camp spot. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna head straight to camp, and then we'll turn the camera back on and we'll see you there. We did finally make it to our campsite before the sun went down. This was a nice, thick, forested area, very quiet, and it wasn't long before the Overland cook began to work his magic. Okay, buddy, so I saw you cleaning some fish back there. You changed the menu.
Yes.
What's for dinner tonight?
Cod with chipotle sauce and salad.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, you and I were gonna make some salsa together.
Yeah, but I was thinking, since it's fish, I want to cook that first.
Okay.
And then the meat after,
Okay.
so it'll last a little longer.
All right, so I get to help you with the salsa tomorrow.
You'll help me with the salsa and with the carne con chile colorado the day after.
Heck yeah, dude, I'm ready, man. And you know, I'm cooking for you on this trip too. I got a special vegetarian chili that I'm gonna make for you, man.
Can't wait, man.
Well, I'm excited, dude. I think this fish is gonna be awesome. That ceviche though, oh, that was the bomb. I enjoy watching Marco cook, and I love seeing him inspire other people to help out. Josh and Alan were both helping out with dinner tonight. You know, Marco's motto is, it's super easy to make. And honestly, after watching him all these years, it really is simple. But you do need to prepare. You gotta bring the right ingredients, and then you gotta take the time. It's easy to boil water and throw it in a dehydrated mountain meal, but I promise you it's not gonna taste as good, and I have never been passionate about the aroma of a mountain meal. But Marco, his food always, it's so savory, it's so delicious, it smells so good. I wish you guys could smell this through the camera. I love his meals, and I love his passion for it.
Okay, so this is the cod. Follow me, guys.
This is the salsa you made?
Chipotle sauce. Now to the other station, to the salad station. Lettuce. Camp-made dressing.
Camp-made dressing, not homemade.
Not homemade, camp-made. Good. It's so good. That's so good. That sauce is amazing.
I heard a back there. Mm-hmm. I'm trying it here myself.
I'm not leaving tomorrow. We don't want you to leave.
Oh my gosh. Marco, that sauce is out of control.
Yeah, it's super good.
Okay, let me tell you this, guys. I love fish. But when it comes to cod, I'm like, it's okay. It's I get it once in a while. This is Marco. You never cease to amaze me, buddy. I love it. Delicious. All right, so I'm having a little bit of a challenge with my refrigerator and my power system. I thought, you know what, let me just turn the camera on and share it with you. So normally when I bring the refrigerator, I don't run a dual battery system, and I've talked a little bit in the past, like I just don't like the weight and the complexity of it. So what I have is I have my Goal Zero down here, and what I do is I plug that in to the Jeep, and then the fridge goes directly into the Goal Zero. That way when I'm driving, the Jeep is charging the Goal Zero, and then when I stop, the fridge is running off the Goal Zero. It works out really well, except when the connector comes out and you drive all day and the Goal Zero doesn't charge. And so that's what happened yesterday. And so this morning when I woke up, the battery was dead. Thankfully, the fridge still held its temperature just fine. But driving today with a completely dead battery, keeping the fridge going, plus charging a couple cameras for this trip, it's down to about 40%. And we have a whole lot of clouds in the sky, so solar's not doing me any good right now. So I'm struggling a little bit with power management. I think either I need a bigger battery or I got to figure out another solution, because I don't think this is the right one. Thankfully, my fridge had been staying in a safe temperature range, because for the last few days I had been hiding away a special dessert in here. Normally, I only bring this when we're doing our hot desert trips, but I thought on a multi-day trip like this, it would be a nice treat to break out in the middle of the trip. What a great end to a great day. I can't wait to see what lays ahead still. Well, good morning. It is a nice, brisk morning up here in the mountains of Colorado, and even in August it still gets chilly up here, so if you're going to come up here, make sure you bring some warm clothes. I've got my coffee and I've already started making breakfast for the crew. We got some blueberry pancakes on the griddle here. Yeah, it smells so good, guys. It's awesome. We're going to pack up camp here after breakfast and continue down the rest of this trail, and then we've got to say goodbye to Alan. He's got to actually head back home, so we're going to miss him for the rest of the trip, but then we're going to keep on trucking down. We've got another 58 miles of dirt trail to go before we start heading in deeper into Colorado. The dogs are lively this morning and having a good time, but it's a great morning. It's so beautiful out here. He's done. Are you two done? Oh, good morning. Good morning, ladies. Not bad, huh?
Not bad at all.
Pancakes are always better at camp.
With coffee?
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome.
Thank you for breakfast.
It's been great having Alan on this trip, but unfortunately because of his busy schedule, he was only able to join us for the first couple days, and we had to say goodbye to him today. He'll be missed for the rest of the trip, but I know that he will be back here because I saw him smiling and grinning ear to ear the entire trip. I know he wants to come back here and explore. Okay, I'm excited to see what still lays ahead. We've still got more to see, guys. All right, so we are at the end of the Dave Wood Trail, and what a beautiful scenic trail. Now, look, you could probably do this entire thing in two-wheel drive, but what a great place to come and escape. There were some awesome campsites along the way. So if you're out in this area and you're looking for an easy trail and some beautiful campsites, I think it's worth coming to. Now we're gonna hit the road here, head out, and we're gonna be looking for the trailhead to the Dolores to Norwood, and then we're gonna cruise on down that one, and it's about a little over 50 miles. So we're gonna put in some more miles. I think it's gonna be some more nice, easy, scenic road, but I don't exactly know. We'll find out when we get there. This should be fun. Let's go. The drive from the Dave Wood Trail to the Dolores to Norwood was just a few miles along a nice, easy country back road. Again, no interstates around here. The Dolores to Norwood Trail is an easy, graded dirt road, but the scenery, well, let's just say we stopped more than once to take some pictures because it was beautiful around every turn. This is the right time of year to be up here. after about 45 miles in, we ended up hitting pavement. And so what we did was we saw a really cool dirt road and we said, you know what, let's just go turn off there. Maybe there's some place for lunch because it's lunchtime. And so we came in about a half mile. I have no idea what this trail is, but it took us to this beautiful little shaded area. There's a big cliff and a river down there, and we're gonna stop and have lunch. So this is gonna be perfect. Now, real quick, I wanna invite you, if you're not already a member of E3 Overland, to think about joining. I'm gonna leave a link down below. You click on that link, you become a member, and there are all kinds of courses. We've got some great behind the scenes content over there. There's some discounts, some events and magazine, all kinds of stuff that you will get with your membership. So I encourage you to click on that. Okay, now it has been an amazing last couple days, starting from the Rimrocker all the way here to lunch. And this is where I'm gonna end the video. Now we have a couple more days where we're gonna spend in Colorado, and then we're gonna go to Arizona, and then we're gonna head home. But this is the end of this adventure. Thanks for watching.